They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Lawrence. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down now, Swift. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check, 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 check.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read.
59. Here we go. Set. You got tight.
Pilot, 64, read.
Kill. SOS.
Get it.
On first down, Swift. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The high. 180.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
High.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Broken tackle. A huge play that time for the Colts. 45 yards. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Hey, high 7.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready up.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch QB jump. Watch the eye. Hey, check 24. Check 24. 25. Check 25.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Check.
Hey, Delta.
Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Calm the press. Good.
Look. Squeeze. Shoot.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
To throw again. Lawrence throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
No. Under 10. Under 10.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Rock it.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Ashawn Robinson there on the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Check 3.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 13 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. He's still fighting forward, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The hot! What I need?
Think you choose the mic.
Hey, can't.
We got this. Check.
Where's the hot?
From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
First down. On the set. 51. Ready?
On 1st down, Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, alert 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Good routes here.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Complete. It's Johnson. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
Now Cousins. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. And it's 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Cousins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Martin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing on first down. Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. 15 Ronnie. 15 Ronnie.
Watch the screen. Check three. Jack.
Greystone, Travis. Big Griffin.
From the gun, Lawrence. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
He's right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Ready? Send Lobo.
Hey, defense, let's go. Check 24.
Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Slam.
Bang.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Miles Jack. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Cousins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now it's Hines, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Go ahead, go ahead.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's 3rd down.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is third down and 12. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Back to throw. Lawrence. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's got it. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run again with Hines. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
65, 65.
On third down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Martin, the return. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. There to stop it was Darius Leonard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Let's go. Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
What are these?
Two right here. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
What's that?
They run with Hines. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Blue draw Corkers.
On first down, Swift. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Switch.
Hey, Haywood. Get.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And this will be taken at the 13. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes.
And that's caught inside the 35. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin.